Look, man, we got Billboard breakdown November 25th, 2023. Jack Harlow, Dua Lipa, and that's it.
Hey there, I'm Mark, in affiliation with Spectrum Pulse, and this week might be ordinary. Shame it's not remotely better. And it's
when is
Billboard
a week ever good?
Breakdown.
So loud, oh my god. Why do I have this so loud?
So I'll say it again, I think it's the closest thing to an ordinary week we've had on the Hot 100 for some time, and probably will be the last for the next month or more, because
Why?
it was a relatively stable
Oh,
week
yeah,
in terms
Christmas.
of new arrivals and gains. The holiday music wave is already approaching and will be overwhelming any new release. Joy to the world, or something like that. Anyway, our top 10 for now. We're even in late November. Cruel Summer by Taylor Swift has a grip on the number one, albeit a shaky one. Pretty much just sustained on the collapsing radio margins and
so awesome.
just enough streaming. And
I
given that
love
the Hot
Taylor
100
Swift.
is near its weakest point right about now, especially with
Good.
the radio, that's a bad sign for any longevity.
Go away.
Which might explain that coming in for number 2, we got Lovin' on Me by Jack Harlow, with frankly ridiculous streaming and already a radio push. Now, I'm kind of shocked that society at large decided to give Jack Harlow another shot.
Me too,
Do
honestly.
folks remember that he put out a rap album this year that kind of dominated discourse for about a week before sinking completely? But
Yeah. I'm actually very surprised too. I thought like this song wasn't gonna do well. Like I thought it was gonna be like a top 40 thing, debut in the top 40, linger around the top 70 probably. But no, it was gonna debut at number 1 actually, but it got beat by Taylor Swift. Sadly, I would rather this be number 1 than Taylor Swift. Fuck Taylor Swift. But yeah, I didn't expect it to be like go this crazy. And when I first listened to it, I'm just like, oh yeah, he's playing the First Class game again. He's just doing First Class again, basically. Which I'm actually very interested to see how it goes. Is he gonna? Because like the last time, this is 100% First Class too. Like let's be honest with ourselves. It has the sample. It has the little I don't wanna like it. We know what he's trying to do. He's trying to create a first. He made a First Class too, and he's being successful with it. The thing is about the song, I didn't see any hype before this song came out. The last time Jack Harlow debuted this high with First Class, there was actual like hype behind the song, but now it like I remember actually like being hyped for this song. I thought that song was gonna be good. Nowadays it's not. No, it's not really that good, but. Yeah, I didn't see any hype behind the song, and now it's like just going crazy at number 2. And the thing is, it's not like just radio or anything. It's like streaming too. It's been dominating, U.S. streaming. I think it's doing pretty good on global streaming too. I didn't expect it to do this good, but why? It's a short 2-minute song, and it's not. I guess it. Is it better than First Class? Maybe. I'd have to think about that. I'd have to listen to First Class again. I haven't listened to it in a while, but yeah, I don't know about the song. It's the thing I'm interested about is to see the album cycle he's gonna have for this. Since the last time we had First Class, the album that came after, kind of shit. So what is he gonna do after? Like what is he going to release with this song? Like what kind of album is he gonna? Is he gonna do something? Like Jackman is gonna do something like "Come Home, the Kids Miss You Again." I don't know why you would want to do that again. That because that didn't do as well as it honestly should have. Because Jack Harlow was pretty big at the time, and it was pretty shit too. So is he gonna do the same thing that he did last time with "Come Home, the Kids Miss You," or is he gonna do something else? That's the thing I'm interested in. Because like you can obviously see he's playing the First Class game again. And it's succeeding, obviously, because it's doing crazy numbers. So I'm just interested to see where this goes with Jack Harlow.
Again, we will get into the song later on. I got things to say. It was also enough to leapfrog "Paint the Town Red" by Doja Cat at number 3.
Agora Hills will take this over.
And lost streaming, so she couldn't.
Agora Hills is going to take that song over 100%.
Is at number 4. Also very much on the radio decline, but streaming actually propped up some of the losses, which allowed her to hold over "Is It Over Now" by Taylor Swift at number 5.
Pretty sure
which still has a lot of streams and is getting a radio run of its own.
This song is
which for a vault track really caught me off guard.
Sure.
Then we got "I Remember Everything" by Zach Bryan.
I was just still here.
Casey Musgraves, very
I just don't care.
6. Again, radio's not touching
no
this.
feelings. Don't care about it.
Just that good.
I've still yet to listen to it in full, honestly.
Music Row
but like how I've heard like the sounds of it, probably not for me.
But I guess they're still occupied with "Fast Car" by.
Surprised this is still here, honestly.
Which is now very much on the decline.
Yeah,
now this could open up a hole for another new entry in the top 10. "Greedy" by Tate McRae at number 8. And
okay.
I'll give her credit that the.
I heard that there was hype behind it. Oh my gosh, she's so fun. I remember there was actually like hype behind the song. I remember seeing like a little bit of it, which, I mean, the song is alright. Nothing really, honestly, like what Tate McRae was doing. I think it was last year. "She's All I Want to Be." I think that song is actually okay. Not okay. It's alright. It's pretty. I would say it's good. Yeah, I would say it's good. Not great, but good. But "Greedy," I feel like it could have used a. Did it have a bridge? I don't think it did have a bridge. Because it's another 2-minute song. And she just released another one too. But I don't know. Yeah. It's kind of mid, honestly. It's a little mid. That's my opinion though. But it's it's fucking going crazy. It's even going crazy on the global charts type stuff, which I did not expect for Tate McRae. Like, this is like her year, or next year might be her year. Who knows? Honestly, next year could definitely be her year, because this year's coming to an end. So she might release the album next year, and that might go crazy. Who knows? But yeah, the song doesn't do it for me.
Radio and streaming seems to be behind this
at
the worst possible time to try to make a run in the holiday season with very dubious star power. Well, at least I'll take her bad Nelly Furtado impression over our last two here, which is basically Morgan Wallen switching places with himself, with "Last Night" at number 9, consistent streaming's gonna do that, and "Thinking About Me" at number 10, which is now firmly on the radio downswing.
I like both of those songs.
To our losers and our dropouts, and we actually had a few notable ones this week, with "Watermelon Moonshine" by Lainey Wilson and "Lady Gaga" by Peso Pluma, Gabito Ballesteros, and Junior H. Now, I was originally sure that both were going to clinch year-end list spots for 2023, but since Billboard decided to ditch a sane tracking week for the benefit of their event planners for the Billboard Music Awards, which again, nobody cares about, predictions, they were a little muddy. Only "Watermelon Moonshine" made it for the year-end list, which actually dropped today. Anyways, the losers are predominantly from Taylor Swift again. Now that we don't talk at 33, Slut at 49, Say Don't Go at 53, Style at
Goodbye,
63,
Taylor Swift.
Bad Blood at 80, Out of the Woods at 85, Wildest Dreams at 86, Suburban Legends at 92, and Blank Space at 93. Then we had some other residual album impact fading, like for Jungkook was Standing Next to You at 50 off the debut, 3 with Jack Harlow at 84, and 7 with Lotto at 91. Then we had Olivia Rodrigo have a pretty rough week with
I think this one's getting caught between years, right?
Between years.
Yeah.
Thanks, Billboard. And Can't Catch Me Now, falling off the debut to 81.
I gotta listen to that. I still haven't listened to that.
Cobra by Megan Thee Stallion took a steep hit to 63 off the debut. Perro Negro by Bad Bunny and
Sounds good.
At 67.
Nah, who cares?
Soon by Selena Gomez just never caught on at 77.
Nah, who cares?
And now
I heard on the radio a lot, though.
Crashed down to 76.
Nah, who cares?
I'm surprised I did not get that much backlash to my general dislike of the song, but hey, no real drama. I can't complain. Meanwhile, in our returns and gains, we've got two stories. The first being the returns of the holiday music back in earnest. A Holly Jolly Christmas by Burl Ives at 44, Jingle Bell Rock by Bobby Helms at 38, Last Christmas by Wham at 32.
That's the best Christmas song, by the way.
You by Mariah Carey back
I'm so sick of this song.
17.
Oh my god.
Now,
god.
The flip side of this story is what will have any chance of competing, and outside of Too Much by Kid Laroi, Jungkook, and Central C, getting something of a radio push at 66.
Good, honestly, I like that song.
Probably going to be country radio here. Unfortunately, that's largely bad news. When Everything I Love by Morgan Wallen is one of the better ones at 59, that's a bad sign. As we got Truck Bed by Hardy at 64, Standing Room Only by Tim McGraw at 60, and Can't Have Mine by Dylan Scott at 57.
Okay.
I mean, thank God White Horse by Chris Stapleton surged to 12 off the album boost. Thank God it's at least going to have a shot at 2024's year-end list. Maybe, fingers crossed. But it also looks like it's caught between years thanks to Billboard being extremely stupid. Thanks again for that. Anyway, we got a reasonable list of new arrivals here, so let's start off with number 100, Soak City Do It by 310 Baby.
What the hell is this?
If you a freak, do your shit, don't run, don't do no running.
Okay, I got none. This is an artist I've never heard of before. He's based in LA, somehow got on a mustard beat. He's got a big remix featuring Tyga and Blueface.
Is that why?
An album that I saw
Tyga and
zero
Blueface,
buzz around
what?
back from last June, but apparently this song went viral on TikTok, and okay, imagine
I've
someone
never
with
heard
the
this song.
Baby's vocal tone, but having less energy and talent and can barely stay on beat alongside a piano line that is desperately trying to make up for how clumsy the bass and percussion mixing is, and all the clunky shifts trying to compensate for some really bad rapping. It almost makes up for how 310 Baby describes sex with him like a water park in perhaps
I mean,
the
it's a
least
TikTok rapper. What do you
interesting way
expect,
possible.
honestly?
It's actually a little startling how his non-charisma cuts through here, because he doesn't remotely make all the crude sex bars appealing or even funny. So yeah, this just sucks in a not particularly interesting way. Next, number 99, Better Than Ever by Youngboy Never Broke Again and Rod Wave.
Oh yeah, this is for his 740,000 album this year.
It's probably a bad
1700
thing.
album
I thought with
this year.
Song title for these artists was yeah, I don't believe that for a second from these two. But hey, it's a collab that kind of makes sense for that newest Youngboy project that's not getting remotely the same attention. And it already starts on a weird note that Rod Wave is only contributing a verse and not the hook, which Youngboy is attempting to croon over. This is very poor use of your Rod Wave right out of the gate. And when the song actually finally gets to his verse, he's just a much better fit with the hazy vocals and the pianos around the trap groove. He's just got a much better command for that soulful presence. But as for the content, a lot of formless complaining about women despite all the success
How surprising.
that comes with flexing and doing drugs and finally being
What?
a bit more stable. Which
That type of
feels
content
a
in a
bit
Youngboy song? Not my Youngboy.
Rod
Come on,
Wave,
buddy.
But it's kind of hard to buy with Youngboy, seeing his history and behavior. Although honestly, while the paranoia and angst has been trimmed back, this is also very much to the formula for both acts. It doesn't feel special. It's not bad, not great either. Number 97, Different Round Here by Riley Green featuring Luke Combs.
Right is right, wrong is wrong, yeah, we're doing things a little different, right?
Oh, sorry about that, guys. So, gotta skip that.
Oh god, I wish when I saw song titles like this it wouldn't raise all my suspicions. Thanks a lot, Jason Aldean. But Riley Green and Luke Combs both have pretty good instincts on a straightforward ode to small town living. Albeit it's distinctly weird, we're getting it from this remix of a song from 2019, and the remix dropped 6 months ago. And the original song is fine, I guess. Broadly sketched, leaning on a lot of military sloganeering. The production's pretty organic, outside of some tinkling elements that feel louder than they should in the mix. So it actually caught me off guard how the remix feels a lot rougher in order to amplify more of that neo-traditional twang, but the guitar tones and drums wind up a lot muddier as a result. And somehow that piercing, tinkling tone, it's still cutting through. Outside of that, I mean, Luke Combs is a better singer than Riley Green. He brings a warmer presence to the song, but with the production taking a step back, I can't call this all that interesting.
I haven't seen any of these new
I
arrivals. What
frankly
the fuck?
expected more of both of them here. All I'm saying. Number 95, Smirks Carter by
Oh,
Lil Durk.
yeah, he did drop. Did he drop? I guess this is a single he dropped.
So a little
the
context
fuck am I
with this.
listening to?
This is a track from Lil Durk's posse, Only the Family's collab
Mm.
tape that his
okay.
biggest name. This is the crossover single, similar to how Hellcats and Trackhawks broke through in 2021.
Okay.
Where from the album art, it looks, and even some of the production, it's trying to be an homage to Lil Wayne. That has to be the only reason why those painfully underweight synths that belong left in 2008 wound up here, behind an otherwise pretty decent trap groove and liquid organ. And that's kind of a shame, because there is something to this content. The song opens up with a co-defendant of Lil Durk's father who got sent to jail for decades in the 90s and was only released somewhat recently as sentencing laws changed, and Lil Durk is reflecting on how easy it would have been for him to fall through in the exact same trap, chasing that money, selling drugs, especially now that he's making music about that life for those people. Now I think the track kind of loses its way in the second verse where he's talking about sex and he's not very good at it, and then ditching the girl who is literally paying his rent. But outside of that, okay, look, I've heard Lil Durk in this territory a lot before, and while the gunplay has probably been smartly turned down, I think I might have preferred if he went even further on the Lil Wayne homage with actual bars. As it is, just okay. Number 90, La 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 by
I've actually
Stray
seen
Kids.
this. What is this? What the fuck? What is happening?
Well, this is only a matter
Jesus
of time.
Christ.
For those of you who don't know, Stray Kids are one of the other larger K-pop acts that have been looking to cross over to the US market and fill the boy band gap that BTS has left for the time. With their Korean and Japanese albums,
I've heard of them before.
EPs,
Yeah.
moving a lot of units the past couple of years, but their album
I think they had a
Five started this
number
year,
one
making a
album.
proper stateside breakthrough along through a deal through Republic. Now this translates to their newest EP, Rockstar, which spawned this song, and what you'll notice is that this is a group that leans on a much more bombastic, forceful
Oh yeah,
all the
I can hear that,
between
bro.
Trap and rap rock.
This is just
and the
chaos
whole
happening in the like. What is even happening in the
their
video, bro? It's
singers
just
who
like
have a much gruffer,
so much
louder
happening.
presence that I actually kind of like. But honestly,
What the hell?
they remind me more of Blackpink. Sharper and more grating synth choices, a bit of a compressed genre pop.
Bro, this video
especially
is
when it comes to
crazy.
the hip-hop elements that are trying to ramp up to this big hook. And lyrics that, okay, they're kind of underwhelming outside of just going for that rock bombast that really could have afforded to let those electric guitars erupt through or have any texture. That's probably my biggest issue with this. For as many ideas as they're trying
Jesus
to cram in,
Christ.
there's a lack of convincing crescendos or bombast that can pay it off, which leads to a song feeling very high energy and loud, but lacking an impact for me. The guys have charisma. I like the presence, but that's just okay. I'm not sold. At least not yet. Number 37, Northern Attitude by Noah Khan.
Bro,
and Hosier.
more Noah Khan? Bro, this is Noah Khan been going crazy. This is 37?
I don't want to go off on my conspiracy theory again that ever since I gave a middling at best review to Styx season, that Noah Khan's been using his expected star power to force himself into my good graces. It's more likely
this is a
he's
remix?
just collabing
Okay.
with a lot of folks that we both happen to like. My taste is not that unique here. But after touring with Rustin Kelly and having collabs with Post Malone, Zach Bryan, Lizzie McAlpine, and Casey Musgraves, we now have a remix with Hosier of Northern Attitude, a song I originally neither liked nor disliked enough to mention at the time. Kind of a shame, because the anthemic acoustics that ramp into that hook, they are legit impressive, and Hosier stepping in to sing that second verse and provide some background for the hook, it's a natural step that is pretty effective. He basically blows Noah Khan out of the water here, to the surprise of nobody. But it's always been the content that's irked me about this song, because the protagonist runs into a past lover who is a little bit more settled in her life, seems to be trying to make a pass at her, but then he deflects from it because it's his northern attitude. He was raised on Little Light. Dude, you're from Vermont. Speaking as a Canadian who grew up in the Midwest, get over yourself. And now that you got
This guy's
someone
from Vermont,
Ireland
bro. Who
on
lives
your
there?
song, it's
Does
fucking
anyone live in Vermont?
laughable.
Is that even
And
a
the
real
second verse
place?
always kind of annoyed me here too, because he's either talking to her and remarking on
Could've
how
sworn
her
that was like a
life is gonna
Disney-
be so stale and
Disney
will
fantasy
inevitably
place.
collapse and end, or more likely he's being self-deprecating to a frankly ridiculous ridiculous degree. And thank God Hozier is here and at least has some of the gravitas to pull that off. So yeah, easily the weakest remix thus far. And while I appreciate no
Post Malone is the best. Obviously, Post Malone, Dollar Drug. Best
kind of thin.
remix.
All I'm saying. Number 11, Houdini by Dua Lipa.
So this song, I actually know. Okay, I listened to it first day. Clicked on the video. It's alright. It's just standard Dua Lipa, honestly. I feel like, I don't know. Like, what does she do? You know what I'm saying? Like, she's like switched something up, you know? Like, this is like standard, like, this is like a layup for Dua Lipa. Like, a little layup, like, going up like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is like easy for her. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I want her to do something like different. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's alright. It doesn't stand out to me. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing that really, like, is really, I don't know. It's not special to me, honestly. It doesn't stand out at all. Well, for me, at least. I don't know. Maybe I was just expecting more. I don't know why I was expecting more. I mean, this is what Dua Lipa does. You know, she's the retro girl. It's not bad. It's alright.
Look, I don't know about you, but when I started hearing that Dua Lipa was starting a fresh album cycle, I was legit excited. I don't even love her albums that much since I covered her in the mid-2010s, but given how shaky mainstream pop has been, I had expectations that she would at least nab some strong hits, and thank God this is legit. Now, granted, the names that are more important to recognize here are Kevin Parker of Tame Impala fame, and Danny L. Harrell, most well known for his association with PC Music, which is probably how they got that filthy bass line around the ramping percussion and that tight 80s analog synth gloss before we get the flat and snarl of the guitar on the outro. Sure, it's a very obvious deliberate throwback to early 80s pop, but we slipped away from new disco into something with a little bit more of an edge. That's a very welcome shift. And of course, Dua Lipa can pull this off, just command it. If anything, she's grown steadily into a subtly more expressive vocalist, especially with all the whispery backing vocals here, where some of the inflections almost remind me a little bit of Blondie. That's a big compliment. And I love that she's leaning into the effortless tease and the flirtatious nature of the song. And while I might need another dozen or so listens to see if I can put this among my absolute favorites from Dua Lipa, I'm not sure it's got the intensity of physical,
I mean, I guess,
spellbinding melodic.
You know, the thing is, like, there's certain artists, where it takes me, like, quite a while to, actually like a song. Especially fucking Drake. Fucking Drake, bro. I hated Search and Rescue first time I heard it, like, a couple months after. I'm like, wait, this is actually kind of fire. I mean, I know nobody really likes that song. I like that song a lot. When I first heard it, I was like, oh yeah, this is shit. Like, this is not good at all. And then, like, on the radio, I heard it and I was like, oh, that's actually pretty good. And then I listened to it again. I'm like, oh, that's actually pretty good. Well, at least in my opinion. But yeah, there's certain songs that definitely take longer for me to, get used to or like. So I don't know, maybe this could be, but I'm not really that much of a Dua Lipa fan, honestly. What is her best song for me? Maybe Break My Heart. I do like Break My Heart. That's a good song. Probably Break My Heart. Or Levitating. Levitating is also pretty, that's pretty fucking basic, but those are probably my favorite songs from her. But I'm not really a huge fan.
Hook of Love Again. This is probably one of her best produced songs to date, and I think it kicks a lot of ass. Great track. For the love of God, even if it's over the holidays, make this a hit. And finally,
it'll probably be one, definitely.
Lovin' on Me by Jack Harlow.
I'm still a baby. I get love in Detroit like Skilla, baby. And the thing about your boy is,
I guess I shouldn't be that surprised that Jack Harlow was getting another shot with a major industry push. Said industry spent way too much money on making him a thing to let him just flame out. Ergo, we've got this, which is set up to compete with Taylor Swift's Cruel Summer next week for the #1.
Yep.
And Okay, I know I was in the minority among critics who kind of liked First Class despite the gaping flaws. I thought the song was smooth, the sample flipped worked way better than it should have. Whereas this song seems to be very obviously trying to play the same formula as First Class.
Yeah,
I think it's doing a lot worse.
Really?
I actually don't mind the original Cadillac Dale song, Whatever Bass Soliloquy. A pretty solid R&B cut from the mid-90s, which they've sped up and frankly overused throughout the entire song to drive that sharper bass groove and the clattering old school percussion. But man alive, whatever sense of cool around Jack Harlow is just evaporated with this. Openly bragging about being vanilla in bed, that's something that happens in country songs, not here. And who decided spelling things should be his gimmick for both of his verses? The first being a flagrant riff on some of Drake's slang, which reminds me of Churchill Downs where Drake washed his ass. And the second having him trying to be player alongside a Shrek reference, even done ironically for memes. He's just woefully out of date. It's honestly trying to be like Post Malone, bro. The hell? Formula from First Class.
I'm trying to copy my goat.
Flop Sweat is the worst possible contrast to how much of a cool player that Jack Harlow is clearly trying to be. It's so much worse than just being phony. It's manufactured. And yes, obviously, I know a lot of folks probably saw all this with his 2022 album. I'm just catching up to the sentiments. But even with the obvious industry machinations, there was enough to keep up the veneer on that project. And yeah, that's gone now. Yes, the groove is decent, but man, I had an aggressively negative reaction. This really sucks. So yeah.
You really don't like that.
This as I think it's obviously more competent. But coming out of our week, Lovin' on Me by Jack Harlow is getting the worst of the week.
Damn.
City Do It by 310 Baby. I have always
really
said going to make this worse, and my God, Jack Harlow should fire whoever told him ripping off his same formula was a good idea. Throw them into the fucking sun.
I mean, it worked. I mean, didn't it? I mean, it worked. I mean, bro, like one guy in his team, man, bro, Jackman's doing fucking shit. Okay, we didn't get a fucking hit from that. All right, let's just go back to the base. Burn all the extra ideas. We're going to make First Class 2. That's it. That's what he did, and he was smart. He got a fucking hit. He got a number. He debuted number 2. I mean, you can't really blame him. He's playing the game, honestly, man. He's playing the game.
A great week here, so Houdini with Dua Lipa's running away with it. I guess Northern Attitude by Noah Kahan and Hozier's getting the honorable mention on Hozier's performance alone. Next week, oh my God, I'm not looking forward to Lovin' on Me becoming a hit. This could get bad. Stay tuned for that. But until then, I'm Mark. You're watching Billboard Breakdown, affiliated with Spectrum Pulse. I'll see you next time.
Hey, Mr. Spectrum Pulse. What the? Hello? Oh, I hear myself. What the fuck? Anyway, good video, bro. As always, guys, go subscribe to his Patreon, okay? Look, if you have enough money, okay? Go to his Patreon and give him some money, you know? He doesn't get money from this. Can't make videos from this, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he probably can. I think he has a job outside of this anyway, but look, subscribe to Spectrum Pulse. Subscribe to Billboard Breakdown. Go follow his Twitter. Mark Grodin? Or Grondin? Oh my God. I can't remember. Grodin or Grondin? Grondin or Grodin? Oh my goodness. Anyway, bro. Spectrum Pulse on Twitter. Good video. Mark. I didn't expect him to hate Lovin' on Me that much. And I also don't remember him liking First Class, but I guess he did. I don't think Lovin' on Me, it's not a song to really hate. I mean, I guess it is. I mean, honestly, it's going to become a hit. It's going to get on year end 2024. And then all the people have a song for their worst list. I mean, come on, it's just obligatory. Dua Lipa song doesn't really excite me, I guess. It's alright. But, yeah. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to me. And like this video. Go subscribe to Spectrum Pulse and Billboard Breakdown. Go like the video that I'm reacting to. I put the link in the description. I also put the channel Billboard breakdown in the description. Click on the @ it will send you to his channel to go subscribe. Turn notifications on. You get a notification every single week on this channel. Spectrum Pulse, you get a notification multiple times a week. I think he does like album reviews, multiple album reviews. Go subscribe. Okay? What are you doing? Go subscribe. No. Don't argue. No, don't argue with me. Don't fucking. Go subscribe.